Oh, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Well, he won't have any problem with the distance, but the angle could be a different story from the left. And this one splits the uprights.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. They finally make the stop, and that's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that said, let's send it back to our guys and all those chomping hands there in the swamp.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way.
There he goes! He'll be brought down at the 32-yard line. Good job by the defense to keep him away from that first down marker. It's 4th down. And the Gators will line up to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. He gets a block. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. A run for the quarterback. He has the first and still on his feet. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. The Longhorns just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Now on the move. Got enough space. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
They got the touchdown, but now they want the two. This may be up. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They opt to go for two to try to tie it up right now. Motion from the wideout. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He gets into the end zone, and the two-point conversion ties the game. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Gators want to crank the tempo.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Quickly complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Gators really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Looking to throw for it. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And here comes the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got, oh, he's got some space. Touchdown Longhorns! They take the lead with the 6.
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3 is coming soon.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Into the end zone for the 2, and they push that lead out to 8. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And here come the horns they've got it again on offense. Buying some time. Lost the defense, he's wide open. Touchdown, Texas! A great catch and run for 6. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Motion from the wide receiver. With jet sweep pass. He's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they stretch that lead to 16. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. From inside the 15, here's the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to pass. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And not much else could go wrong. A defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on.
It's a defense that plays with great effort. You saw it right there. Creating the fumble, jumping on the loose ball for a score. What a momentum-shifting play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they tacked on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. South Carolina has the lead right now, but this Williams-Brice crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by a field goal over Florida State. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking downfield on first down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Gators with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. And the pressure gets to him again, another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack.
Another sack on the day. This offense has to do something different. Maybe bring in more body.
Breaks into the open. Thought they had something set up there, but he'll be stopped just short, and it'll be fourth down. The Gators decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Here comes the Texas offense. The run to the right. Got a little space. Quick step and go. Bulldozes his way through. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Longhorns come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Makes his man miss. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Off the play fake. Fires into the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. And the Longhorns come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Longhorns. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard, 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
I'm bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it back from inside the 15.
Returner brings it out to the 20.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
And with the pressure on him, the quarterback goes down, and we've played 3 quarters here. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a second down play. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You gotta love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the fourth quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Turning it on. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and I just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last drive was a quick 3-and-out, and now time is even more of a factor to get something going. Still looking, and the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gators have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Gators will call on their punt team. 3-and-out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from the 50. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Longhorns! The defense putting points on the board. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield, you're trying to find an open guy, you're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. He'll start this drive firing. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and the
ball's out there after it. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
90, Florida, 31.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Hauls it in. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Gators will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll take it on the return. Slips through the line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. Hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park. But they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. K-State has the lead right now. The Little Apple has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Cal. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Give to the back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Behind the chains now on second and long. They go to the ground. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And the Gators line up to punt it away. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. From inside the 15, and now the hip knocks it loose.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Texas! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. First play of the drive wants to throw. quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Taking it the other way. Oh, that was a terrific return as he takes it to the 9.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And the offense takes control of this football game late. I tell you what, this offense doesn't wow you in every position. They've got some good players. They find a way to put drives together. They find a way to score. But this team is undefeated. This team is a force to be reckoned with, continuing to stay undefeated.
That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Handoff from the shotgun. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Makes the catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Using the quick game. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. And this is dropped and incomplete, and that's sort of a microcosm of how this game has gone and time has run out. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.